Yo, peace, peace. Ripping on two wheels, but of course I'm not ripping on two wheels. I'm out here in Texas, Seguin, Texas to be exact. For all you I-10 to the end guys or anybody that's pounds across the United States coast to coast, this is I-10 right here. Yeah, this is I-10 right here, Seguin, Texas. It's the exit the exit down here to the west of me is the Highway 90 exit. If you go east that way, you go toward Luling, Texas, where the first Buc-ee's was at, and on into Houston, Texas, Louisiana, so on and so forth. But I'm out here, I'm standing right here. This is part of our land right here, our family's land right here. 17 acres. Not to brag or nothing like that, but yeah, this has been in our family for years. But I'm here in Texas. I'm home for my Aunt Judy. She passed away about a week ago, and so I came home to pay my respects to her. She was my mother's sister. You know, and I was listening to Traveling Tall's video yesterday, and he was talking about November being Men's Mental Health Month, and he was, talking about how things are not, we show one thing on YouTube, but we don't show all the gloom and doom stuff. We don't show all the bad stuff. We always show I'm replacing something on my bike, or I'm riding here and I'm fellowshipping with my people, but we never show the other side of our lives. And, I'm here. I don't get to come home as much as I used to. San Antonio, Texas. Texas is my home. I grew up right here, spending many of summers, many of, winters on this land right here that is ours. In this town, Seguin. I went to school. I lived all my life in San Antonio pretty much. Until I got older. I lived in Europe. I've lived in Oklahoma in the military, and but I don't get to come home as much as I used to, and I hate that I had to come home for this. But it's a part of life. It's the life cycle that we all have to endure, that we all have to go through, and I have to shout out my cousin Jeremy. And Judy was his mother. Last year we lost my cousin Tatanisha, which was his sister. And so I can only imagine what he's going through right now and what he's experiencing. And so, I just want to get on here and just also say, we got to be aware of our mental health. We got to be aware of the people that's around us and what they're going through. We got to check on each other. As men, we tend to have the tough guy mentality, but things are not always. It's not always a situation where you have to be tough. You're gonna have to. It's gonna be days where you're gonna have to cry. It's gonna be days when it's just not gonna work. I'm thankful that I have people in my corner. I'm thankful that I have friends. I'm thankful that I have people who support me, people who follow me here on YouTube, who have experienced these type of things in life that, I can reach out to, I can lean on when that time comes. But it's Mental Health Month. Let's make sure that we all are reaching out to somebody, reaching out to a brother, reaching out to an uncle, reaching out to a friend, a nephew, whatever, and just making sure that they're okay, making sure that their mental health is okay. I had a friend the other day who I hadn't really talked to since I was in the military, but he reached out to me, and I had no idea that he had a stroke about a couple years ago, but he reached out to me. He just wanted to check and see how I was doing. Over the last couple years, I've lost a couple classmates. I lost a buddy, telly doctor. He died about 2 years ago. My buddy Adrian Booker, I went to school with him. We played football together, ran track together. He died in a car accident. He was killed in a car accident. Drunk driver hit him. So, you know, it's just a lot that's been going on. And like I said, I don't always show that. I always show the motorcycle stuff. I always show, you know, the rides and the bike stuff. But it's a lot of stuff going on in the head sometimes and in the heart that I don't share with you guys. And shout out to Sensei, because Sensei does a great job of sharing other parts of his life and other parts of his journey. And I just want you guys to know that, you know, the motorcycling is me, but that's not all that I'm about. And that's not all that's going on in my life. That's not all that I endure. That's not all that I'm made of, you know. I have a life, I have a heart. You know, I've been extremely emotional, you know, about the passing of my Aunt Judy. I've been extremely emotional, you know, but I've been trying to hold it back and kind of hold it in, just being around my family and going through my day-to-day life and having to work. But one morning I went to work, maybe 2 days after I found out about it, I went to work and I just broke down. I was by myself in my truck and I was rolling to work and it just hit me. And by the time I got to work, I was just bawling. You know, she meant a lot to me. And so I'm here. Instead, I'm here at the end of our road. This is where our property line ends right here. Our property ends right here. It backs all the way up to I-10. And I just hear it. And every time I come home and I get a chance to come out here, I just get a chance to reflect. Reflect on my life. Reflect on how far I've come. Reflect on all the things that I've endured. Reflect on things that have happened to me since I was a child that I overcome. You know, just reflect on how far God has brought me and brought my family, you know. I didn't know which direction I was going to be going. But I was able to just push, you know. I was able to just push on. Able to just keep going. There's some guys on some motorcycles that just passed by too. Probably doing the I-10 to the end, which one day I'll be able to do that. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to come right here by our property. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here and share it with you guys. You know, it's like I said, it's Men's Mental Health Month. Just check on somebody today. Just check on somebody. Just reach out. Hey, bro, how you doing? I hadn't spoken to you in a while. I had one of my sergeants, Sergeant Richard Moss. He made a post the other day. I know he's been battling cancer for the last couple of years, but he did a post the other day, and he's at the end of his line. He said that the cancer's pretty much taken over, and there's nothing they can do for him. And that post was probably one of the last posts that he was going to make. You know, and I left him a message and I told him I pray for, you know, his wife and his kids' peace. And I pray for his peace and comfort. And I know that he's at peace knowing that he's put up a good fight. And he's done what he's had to do for his family. And he's at the end of the road. And so that's why I say, just check on your people. Check on the fellas, check on your brothers, check on your nephews, your uncles, anybody that you got, your father. Just check on them. Your friends, check on them. Because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what kind of pain that they're enduring. I always say that strong men, we're like the Superman of our families. And we have to kind of protect and comfort everybody. But who protects Superman? Who comforts Superman? Yeah, he's the man of steel, but he also has emotions. And he also goes through things, and sometimes he needs to be comforted. And he needs to be built up. And he needs to be checked on as well. That's all. Just me rambling. I appreciate y'all tuning in. You know, This is our property right here. My dad's house, half of his house burned down last October. Yeah, half of the house burned down last October. Again, check on your people. You never know what they're going through. You never know what's gonna happen. We didn't expect my Aunt Judy to pass away just all of a sudden. But we here, and we're gonna go and we're gonna pay our respects to her tomorrow. And we're gonna have a joyful time, and I'm gonna enjoy spending some time with my cousins, because I never know. Could be the last time that I see them. Could be the last time that they see me alive. You know, so let's check on your people. It's men's mental health month. Keep ripping away those layers of stress and anxiety. Anything that's holding you back, any restraints that you have, just keep ripping them off, keep ripping them away, and keep living your life to the fullest. All right? Peace.
Ripping on two wheels.